In today's video, we're going to check out the Watch S4 from Xiaomi, launching at the same time as the Xiaomi 15 and the 15 Ultra. The biggest upgrade that we've seen here from last year to this year is an approach to a better health mindfulness into the UI in the system that we have in here. We still have that long battery life, and we also still have that mechanism that allows us to change the design or the look of the watch on the fly with some updates done to from the last generation that we've received. The biggest thing I'll probably say overall for me is that 14-day battery life that comes with this makes it so that you never really have to worry about charging this watch, but you still get all the functionalities, all the fitness tracking, and of course the designs that come with the ring. Lastly, we're going to take a quick look at the new colorway for the Smart Band 9 Pro from Xiaomi that was released not that long ago. This is TK. Let's check out the brand new watches from Xiaomi at MWC 2025. Like and subscribe and make sure you hit that bell icon so they're always notified to whenever we have new videos for you on the channel. So here we have it in front of us. This is the Watch S4. This is the color that I received here. As you can see here, there's the two-tone color stitching in here. It's a nice little, I would say rubberized, sporty band here connected, and we of course have the watch face or the watch band here that is removable and interchangeable. We'll talk a little bit more about the customizations that we're able to do here, and we'll put that on. And of course they sent me an additional one here that has matching color straps to the actual ring, as you can notice right there. Now on the right side here, this is the new colorway on the Xiaomi Smart Band 9 Pro. It's a new color. It's a nice little white color. And of course I do have an additional strap here from a previous collaboration that allows us to have additional customizations for the Smart Band 9 Pro. Now, as far as some of the main features of the S4, obviously we have easily interchangeable bezels. That's one of the main unique things about it right now. And this has been carried over from a previous generation. Long battery life, up to 14 days, of course. Fall detection in skiing mode, of course. That's going to be really nice to keep in case something happens whenever we're doing that. Dedicated rotating crown, as we saw before. Now it's a functional crown in here. A multi-dimensional health monitoring option, that one-stop experience that we talked about, that essentially running multiple health experiences to give us a more of a well-rounded report as opposed to just doing them as single one at a time. An L1 and L5 dual band GNSS for tracking as well, so GPS tracking for outdoor running and walks is going to be definitely much better. Now in the box we pretty much have a charger with a USB-A and a magnetic pin connector on the bottom that allows us to charge our watch, and it is magnetic, as you can see it holds. But it's also magnetic on the back, so if you have, let's say, a metal surface on your desk, you're able to mount it from there and charge your watch and not have to worry about it. Charges pretty quickly, and again, battery life should be able to give you up to all the way up to basically about 14 days worth of battery usage. We're going to check it out and see some of the experiences that we've had with it. The watch strap does come pretty much on this. This is the design of this one out of the box, so as you're noticing here is exactly what we see on the box itself. The ring, as I talked to you guys before, is interchangeable, and what I like about them is it's simple. You just basically open up the watch in this form, grab the watch ring on the top and bottom, and then just do a gentle nudge to the left. So unlocking is to the left, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, as we typically know. And just for reference, you'll notice there's a little bit of an indicator here at the top that matches the indicator on the top here. So if you're ever holding the ring and you're always like, why is it not going on? And it's probably because we're not aligning them correctly. This one has it on the inside. The other ring that we're going to take a look does change that and put that a little bit differently. Once you have that on, it matches directly, and just lock it into the right. You'll hear that little click and it's there. If you're wearing the watch, I love the fact now that it now has an audible indicator as well as a vibration on the watch, letting you know that you removed the ring on there, maybe inadvertently or if it fell off. The ring here, or basically the crown, is again rotating, functional. You'll see right away here the experience. It's still early in the morning, so please, I do apologize, not a lot of steps, but you were looking at some of the information from a couple of days ago. Heart rate monitoring in here, tracking of course for weather, it updates right away, and of course sleep tracking from my last night. I didn't get a lot of sleep. I'm pretty excited about my trip over to MWC for the launch of this watch, and I have a lot of stuff to do. So last night, not as much sleep as the night before. Swiping one more time takes us access to the app drawer, and this is basically all of the applications that we have in here. And I like about this also is that we can change the layout directly from having them as icon grid or going into icon plus text, or even going down to a list. You can customize that experience from there. On the top here, if I swipe on the right side here to the left, we have access to the different watch faces. So let's go ahead and do it one more time. Swiping in here. And here we're actually able to use the crown to change the different watch faces on the watch depending what you want. These are the preloaded in here. We don't have to actually press and hold. You basically just swipe from the right and it takes you directly in there. Now, one of the things I really like about the design here is the ability of changing the rings. So first and foremost, if I remove the ring on the watch itself, I'll take it off for a second. We'll go ahead. You notice that it's starting to basically do, there's a small beep, maybe you may not be able to hear it, and it's vibrating. It's telling us that it lost the ring on it. So we just need to put in the new ring in here. Again, match the indicator at the top On the left side here, put it on and lock it in. I'll give it a second. It recognizes it and it changes the watch face directly into the appropriate watch face that comes with this ring. You don't have to stick with it. You can say yes or no, and I like the fact that it gives us that solution. Meaning, if I swipe to the, here, let's go click it one more time, and let's say I swipe from the right side and I like a different watch face. Let's say I like this guy. I want to be able to use this guy. I want to keep it on. I don't have to change that even though I changed the bezel on the watch. Of course, you can change the straps very easily. They're very interchangeable. Just like that, now the watch band matches it. Again, you're able to change it very nicely. This one is actually more of a leather feel, so it has a little bit more of a sophisticated look. The bezel itself does come in multiple colors as well, so basically if you're looking for, let's say, more of a silver one, there is a separate tone from there. And they do sell the rings plus the watch strap separately as accessories, so you're able to pick them up and customize your watch to your heart's content. Now, the watch faces, depending on the watch face that you're using, you're going to get slightly different information. So here you have your heart rate monitoring, your fitness tracking. You can jump into the different exercises modes, you're jumping into more, of course, and then you have access to all the ones up to 150 plus more options available. And you'll notice each one has different categories. As I'm scrolling here, this is not the entire list, of course. What you are able to, of course, do here, let's go and swipe from the left. So that far left swipe is your return, and everything on the right is pretty much just where you are. If I roll down from the top, it opens up the notification shade with all my notifications in there. If I swipe them from the bottom, again, it takes us directly into my current tracking. So these are kind of like my rings for tracking for today. Let's go ahead and open it up one more time. One more time takes me to the heart rate. One more time takes me to weather. And then again, last but not least, it's basically the health tracking or the sleep tracking from last night. And I can customize the different experiences. We have camera control, phone. We have a speaker and microphone in here as well. Contact information, payment options in here. It does use MasterCard only, as far as I understand. Calendar access. You have a compass, time stop, audio recording for voice notes, access directly into the settings tab, timers, and of course, different information available for us to access. Pushing it one more time takes us home. If I push the bottom left button, that takes us into the toggles, access to the Xiaomi Smart Hub function, the battery level of the actual watch. Let's go ahead and click it one more time. The ability of customizing the, this wrist twist to be able to turn on the display, turning on battery saver mode, of course, finding our smartphone, and of course, notification sounds on there. And you can, of course, edit those modes. You could just jump into the edit section. And of course, either remove or add things depending on how your customizations are done. Once you're done, click it again, and of course, go back home. And to be able to get the customizations in here, everything done on the watch, you do need to install the Mi Fitness application and then pair your watch to it. Again, the battery was charged 2 days ago was the last time I had to recharge it. 82% is the level on the battery right now. And you can manually have it sync, or it'll sync up pretty much almost every night. Again, being that this is really way early in the morning, that's why I don't have a lot of steps, but you can actually jump in here, see the daily summary. You can see yesterday's steps, the day before when I was doing a workout with that as well. Very nice. And you can customize it. You can go into week and you can actually just zoom out. Sleep tracking as well as heart rate tracking, of course, blood pressure, oxygen level here, and of course you can add your weight, your temperature information in there, stress level, and vitality score past 7 days is about 22. And that's basically what I was able to get here when I ran it a couple of days ago. You can jump in, turn on, and look at it and customize the experience. You can initiate workouts directly in here. You have the interactive sensory courses in here directly within the Mi Fitness. Customize the app, it's the actual watch itself, different watch faces that you're able to check out in here. You again, those are the ones that are preloaded. You can also load additional ones into your watch. A lot of different options in there. Notification and calls, this is where you customize it to add app notification to all notifications from your phone to jump on there. Incoming calls, and of course, background permission that you need to activate. Fitness and health, straightforward. Heart rate, sleep, blood oxygen, stress, standing mode, of course, reminders, stats, and of course the vitality score settings in there. And you can customize the experience just actually either adding a goal or just allowing it to just do it on an automatic standard, meaning you just basically check your report. As I mentioned to you guys under applications here, we saw that the Xiaomi Pay is in here, but it actually pretty much here, MasterCard is not supported in your region, which is fine. It is the option that it recognizes there. Music control, of course, we can customize that as well. Alarms, sync events, and sync tasks from your smartphone. Weather information, you do need to activate this for the weather app to work on the actual watch. World clock and favorite contacts in there, you can add them as well and customize that experience. Under system, you can customize the sorting the application, app layouts, sleep mode, do not disturb sync with the phone if you have that activated, and of course turning on the Find My Device. Security mode, of course, you can turn on emergency SOS, set a password, and of course use it to unlock your phone if you want to be able to do that when you're in close proximity with Bluetooth connection. Updates, pretty straightforward. As far as I had since I received the watch, I only received one update. We are running version 5.1.1. Help Center, About Device, and of course Connect to New Phone if you want to switch over. Now, because this is connected to your Xiaomi account, you can transfer this to any other device that's connected to the Xiaomi account. You just need to go through the settings section and customize that experience. Now for the Smart Band 9 Pro, this is the new colorway that we're seeing here. Again, very much similar experience to what we've seen before. And it comes with this nice, very sleek design watch face that you could see right here, right away. It has a very nice long battery life as well. And of course, we have the ability of changing the bands themselves to our heart's content, again, to customize them. This is just a sporty one, a little bit more of a mesh configuration. Of course, some of the biggest experiences that we're getting here is that it's a 1.74 AMOLED display, high quality metal frame, of course, monthly dimensional health management, and of course, a long battery life, which is rated to go all the way up to 21 days, as opposed to what we had, as opposed to the 15 days that the Watch S4 can go to. If you were a fan originally of the Mi Bands, the Smart Band Pro, it allows us to actually have a lot of those functionalities, the long battery life, but in a more formatting or a better format as far as the watch. As you notice right there, it's a nice, small, very minimalistic, and it provides us the health tracking that we've come to expect. So you can swipe down from the bottom, accessing to the applications. And again, we don't have a rotating crown. Swiping from the top, we have notifications in here. Swiping on the left just takes us into a rotating experience through the watch functional options. You're able to turn on basically the heart tracking. You can see here, this is the do not disturb. The watch face takes us back to actually change it. Press and hold and then switch it, or you can change it directly within the application. Now, the last thing I do want to mention to you guys is that at its core, both the Mi Band, the Smart Band 9 Pro, as well as the S4, Watch S4, are both fitness trackers. And what that means essentially is they're going to function more like a fitness tracker than a smartwatch that runs Wear OS. If I get a notification, let's say from an application here, an example, I got a message directly, I sent one to myself. It does show up in here. It tells me what app is sending it, who's sending it, and what the message is. But if I try to interact with it, there's not much I can do. I cannot respond back. And that's one of the reasons why we get up to 15 days of battery life on this, or up to 18 with the Smart Band Pro, 9 Pro. So essentially what you have the ability of doing here is just dismissing it, and it tells me there's a notification. I'm waiting, or I can't wait for us to be able to get to the point where we're able to use these type of watches that are not running Wear OS, that still give us the ability of of responding back, because that's 90% of what I like to do for my watch. It's not about the assistant. It's about the ability of interacting with our messages and not having to open up our phone every time a new message comes in. Now, I mentioned to you guys at the beginning is we have that one tap health insight. So if we go directly into the app drawer and check in that little doctor button that we have in here, I'm going to just turn that on. You'll notice that it actually looks and it starts looking at the different information and it tracks everything. So we're going to go ahead and say screen. It asks us to put the watch in a good position. I'm going to go ahead and put it back, and it's going to start running the different tracking mechanisms or the different tests. It also does pull in, obviously, the sleep tracking, the information from everything else to give us a general report. So it just basically asks us to sit still. And it gives us a score, obviously, of having normal information in here. So the heart rate, the SpO2, the stress level, of course, sleep tracking, sleep heart rate, sleep SpO2, and of course, into the settings section, you can customize that. And this does automatically update into the application. You're able to see all that information directly in there. Very nice option, very simple, very easy. And of course, you can run them individually, run customizing option. And I love the fact that we're able to customize this or use this as a camera trigger whenever we're outdoors. So we can position our cameras like our 15 or a 15 Ultra in a slightly different experience and be able to take the best images using the main sensors on the back. My biggest thing this year is obviously the experiences that we have with the S4. The S4 provides us that one-stop health experience, the ability of seeing that 24-hour tracking, the sleep information you're tracking as far as your steps, as well as your heart, the SpO2, all of that in one stop, and you don't have to run multiple options, which I feel like is a very smart way of giving us kind of like a one-stop shop solution. The customization options, again, between the watch faces and the bezels and the straps is making it, well, will allow you to actually customize it to your heart's content. And I really like what they've offered us in here. The bezels are going to be available directly from Xiaomi, so do obviously check them out, look for those. And one of the other things that I really like about this watch is the fact now that it lasts 15 days. I like the fact that it has a very nice long battery life, and I don't have to worry about charging it every other day or even every 5 days. It's one of the longest Android Wear solutions that we have on the market right now. Now, Xiaomi does have an Android Wear version of a smartwatch. It's different. The battery life is not this long. This at its core is a fitness tracker that works as a smartwatch. So in a way, it has some smart functionalities. But again, as I showed you guys, We don't have a way of responding to our messages yet, but we can pick up calls, we can receive calls, and of course interact directly with our smartphone and interchange data between the two. You are able to load content on here if you want to be able to play music on here, if you want to connect a pair of Bluetooth earbuds. It works really nice. So it has that fitness tracking. Again, the GNSS, the tracking, it's typically what we expect to see on a fitness tracker, and this does not disappoint. The Smart Band 9 Pro, again, just follows suit with the last one that was released, pretty much with the new colorway that we have. And you're still able to customize the experience in there as well to a certain point. Of course, it doesn't have a rotating crown like the S4, but I like the fact that it is a new option available for people that like to have a little bit more of a sophisticated look. The leather band that comes with it makes it look very nice, and I feel like it will work really nice. Somebody that may have slightly smaller wrists than me, because it looks kind of tiny on mine, and of course the S4 works a lot better for me. But at the end of the day, my hope is that you guys found something that not only helps you, but also that maybe now you know everything that you need to be able to make that decision. Like and subscribe as usual. Thank you very much for the support. I will see you in the next video.